Hey there, it's Steve from Serious Keto, and this is the Not So Serious Keto video podcast. This may be a little bit on the shorter side, I don't know yet, but I think so, just because it is a beautiful, beautiful day here in southeastern Wisconsin, and I want to get back outside and do some yard work. Did a little yesterday, as you may be able to tell, I've got a little bit of a sunburn going on. Today I will probably put on some sunscreen. But let's get on with the podcast, and the first topic is a little bit of a repeat from last week. And that topic is promos that I'm not doing. So I'd mentioned last week that I get probably 2 or 3 emails per week from companies asking me to promo their products. And for the most part, I say no. Oftentimes because it's completely incongruent with this channel. For example, last week were the Cheech and Chong psychedelic mushroom gummies. And I'm not so concerned about microdosing mushrooms as I am the first 2 ingredients, which were corn syrup and sugar. So that was last week. But this week, the 2 promo offers that I got, I chose not to follow up on for a reason that I often use to not follow up on promos, and that is price. And I have talked before about keto prices and sort of understanding why they are what they are. I mean, when whatever substitute you're using for all-purpose flour costs 8 times as much as all-purpose flour, or whatever artificial sweetener you're using is 8 to 10 times the cost of sugar, well, your prices are going to be higher. But still, I am fairly price conscious, and sometimes things just get a little too out of hand. And this past week, that was the case with both the offers I got. One was a protein drink, like a protein smoothie drink for children. And I don't know why children necessarily need protein smoothies, but this mix, the bag, was $75 and it had 15 servings. So if my math is correct, that's $5 per smoothie. That just, it seemed way out of line to me. The other was a chocolate bar and chocolate spread. So I don't know if this company is starting to position itself to be sort of a competitor maybe to Chalk Zero. But their chocolate bars looked a lot like the Lindt type bars, about this big. And each one was $15. And even though the ingredients were clean, it struck me that those prices, and the spreads too, were I think like $25 for a little jar for these chocolate spreads. But the ingredients were very clean. I still couldn't do it though. I mean, if I wouldn't be willing to buy a product, that's sort of my litmus test. If it's expensive, but it seems right on the edge of reasonable, close enough that I would purchase it, then yeah, send me the product, I'll do a review, and I'll share it with all of you. But if I know that I would never buy this product myself because the price threshold is just out of line, then I'm not going to waste your time with the video. So now you know. Oftentimes I will get questions or comments about my hair color for whatever reason, and how gray I am or how gray I'm not, or how it seems to vary from one video to the next. And it's really all due to lighting. But let's just go back in time a little bit. I started going gray back in my mid to early 30s and started using hair dye at that time. Gradually I moved to the, Just for Men touch of gray. So it left a little bit of gray in there. And then they introduced a shampoo that just sort of gradually removes gray and doesn't completely remove it. And I started using that. I apologize if this is boring. I'll get to the point real quick. Anyhow, what I found is when I went keto, all of a sudden my hair got a lot darker and it really, really started to look like I was dyeing it. So I quit. Now, what happens with my hair right now, which is its natural color, is depending on the light that I'm in, it can look incredibly different. So there's like right here, or there's in my kitchen, or when I record in my office over there. When I record in my office, that's sort of where it looks the best. It's like the darkest, I think, and I look more tan rather than sunburned. It's all lighting. But when I'm outside, and especially if I haven't put in any sort of hair product, like I use this sculpting clay to just sort of keep things in place because I've got pretty much just a head full of colics. I think that's why people tell me sometimes I look like Jason Bateman. I think it's more the hair being out of control. Which reminds me too, about 20 years ago when bedhead was stylish, I was way ahead of the curve on that. But anyhow, if I go outside and I'm in direct sunlight, my hair looks practically silver. And the other day, was it Wednesday? I'd gone to Walgreens. I needed to get some Claritin. I'll talk more about that later. Uh, and as the woman was ringing me up, she's like, and your senior discount. I've never had a senior discount given to me before, but apparently my hair looked gray enough that I qualified. So that's that. Now, on to the Claritin subject. Seasonal allergies this year are just hitting me hard. And I have talked before about since going keto, my seasonal allergies are significantly improved, but there's still almost this annual 2-week period where I just get annihilated. And it's been so bad this past week. So had to get some Claritin D. Hopefully things will clear up in a couple of weeks. Interestingly, I've been going back and updating a lot of my older videos with the link to the newsletter. So if you missed last Friday's video, I have now released a newsletter. You can subscribe to it. I'll link to that video at the end. It's quicker than me explaining it again in this video. But I promise you, your email address will be safe with me if you subscribe. I won't sell it to anybody. And this is your way, your one-stop shop to get a weekly update from Serious Keto with my videos, any behind-the-scenes info, any deals I'm aware of, anything like that. So check that out. Check out that video, or just down in the description below, there's a link you can subscribe. But I've been going back into all of my old videos and inserting that link, and that has been time consuming. But it's also been kind of interesting because I'm seeing some of these older videos, and interestingly, there was a video 2 years ago today, well, almost today. Yeah, actually, I think it was, if you're watching this on Monday, then I think it was 2 years ago today, and it was a podcast, and I was talking about how much I got beat up by seasonal allergies. So apparently, this is the week that it gets me. I'd be curious to know if wherever you live right now, if you're getting smacked with seasonal allergies as well, and if you found that since going keto, they've been a little bit better than they have in the past. Let me know down in the comments below. Last week I got a comment/question from one of my viewers asking me if I had any insider information as to why a number of keto channels have either quit making videos or quit doing keto. And one of the things, when I first started this channel, one of the things that I promised myself I would never do is never ever talk smack about another keto channel. I may talk about certain behavior that I don't care for, but I'm never going to single out a channel. And the reason for this is there was a channel that I'm also not going to single out that I watched very early on as I was learning about keto, and they did a video mocking other keto channels. And it was a total turnoff for me. I don't see why you would do something like that. So I made it my policy that I would never ever speak ill of another keto channel. And I would never, if something was shared with me in private from another keto channel, I would keep that a secret. So I'm not gonna talk about any of the specific channels, but the question was, so why are these channels quitting it? Have they tired of keto, or is this just no longer financially viable, or is it no longer any fun? And what's going to happen with you, Steve, on your channel? Are you still going to be here in a year? So thinking about why a channel might stop. One of the things that I can tell you is just across the board. I looked at some of these other keto channels, and views are down pretty much across the board on keto channels. I mean, I'm right now at about 20% of what this channel was at its peak a couple of years ago. It's just the views aren't coming, and if the views aren't coming, then you're not making money, and if you're not making money, why invest the time in it? So that could be one reason. I think another reason is, even though I love keto and can't ever see going off of keto, some people may. They may decide it's not working for them anymore, or they want to get back into eating, more carbs, a more diverse diet, or maybe they want a less diverse diet. Maybe they decided carnivore is their thing. So that's possible as well. But where do I see myself in a year? I think that's then the bigger question. And I hope I see myself still here. I mean, that's what I want to do. This is what I enjoy. I started this channel because of two passions. One, keto, and two, cooking. And I wanted to marry those two up and share them with you, and then Then the channel has sort of expanded a bit. I wanted to make sure that I was doing product reviews because even though I love to cook, not everybody has the time or energy or aptitude, and they want already made things, breads or pastas or candy, sweets, whatever you want to call it. And as I said before, keto products aren't cheap. So I wanted to make sure that I was helping out people that wanted to be able to purchase a keto product, that wanted the convenience of that, but save them money if in fact it's not really keto. So that's why I do the blood, the glucose testing. Is this going to knock you out of ketosis? Is this going to spike your glucose? I want to make sure that I'm helping people out that way. And then, we got this podcast thing, which just started because one week I didn't have a video to release. I'm like, what do I do? Well, I'll just sit down and I'll do a podcast. And they seem to have resonated with people. And so, where do I see myself in a year? Like I said, I hope it is still doing this, provided the channel is financially viable. And that's really, that eventually is going to be the big test for me. If things keep going the way they've been going the last year or so, it could be rough. But my hope, I'm not giving up. My hope is that a bunch of you will subscribe to my newsletter, and then we don't have to worry about YouTube notifications or anything like that. You'll always be kept up to date on my videos, and maybe that'll start boosting some views. That's my hope. But back to the original question, why have a number of these channels either quit keto or quit making YouTube videos? And the answer is I don't have any specific insight. But what I do have is an appreciation for them all. They gave us something while they were here. They helped the keto community, and I'm grateful for that. I'm also grateful for all of you and the time we get to spend together every Monday or whenever you're watching this podcast. So thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for leaving comments. Thank you for hitting like. Thank you for checking out the newsletter. I'm assuming you're going to do this. And as always, thanks for watching.